Hello, everyone. Dwight and John, how are you guys doing? You're the early birds. Oh, is John too? School killer, you John too? Nisi, how's it going? I'm trying to lower my tripod just a little bit. Shane, how are you doing? Because there's about 10 of you. So Wilmer, there he is. Dave, BNSF scale, how are you doing? Uh, Welcome to the messy workbench. Gator, what's going on, man? Well, if I don't find what I'm looking for, I'm going to be upset. Means I need to start cleaning my workbench. Aha. Vinny, how are you doing? I don't. I have nothing else open. There we go. Hey, Drew, how are you doing? Drew Dude. So, so it just popped up and said my connection is unstable. Can you all hear me fine and see me okay? Oh, okay. Hang on 1 second. All right. Yeah. Is that any better? Hopefully it is. Good. Hey, Steve 87th, how are you doing? Ian, how's it going? Sparky, Norman Rowe, good. Good. I went and moved my modem. Next time I'm going to have a actual internet or a cable connected. I'm tired of fooling around with my modem all the time. So yeah. Hey Digger, how's it going? Uh, yes, it is black and white, and I have it out for a reason. Um, so, and I'll show y'all in just a minute. I want to make sure everybody's in here. Everybody said hello. Glad y'all showed up. Don't forget. Don't forget next week is Dave Thurber at the Crooked River in Eastern. So he's going to be hosting On Track Tuesday. So that'll be next Tuesday. Don't forget the other shows this week. Especially Vinny on Friday. So before I start this evening, I shout out to Wilmer for making me do the right thing before I did the wrong thing. And Wilmer told me because of Vinny. So, hey, Tony, how are you doing? So we'll shout out to Vinny and Wilmer. So tonight, what I'm going to do is I'm in the middle of kit bashing this hopper to make it like a KCS hopper, and I'll show you the pictures in a minute. But I was going to use a piece of metal here. I got some 8 1,000ths thick tin and was going to use it there. And, tin would have been, I would have had problems figuring out what kind of glue to use and everything like that. And Wilmer said, well, why don't you just use a for sale sign since they're so thin? And I'm like, oh, of course. And of course, he got that from Vinny, who does some of his scratch building stuff with for sale signs. So I'm just thinking, oh yeah, that was a good suggestion, Wilmer. So and of course Vinny, who started it. So so now to modify this hopper, this wood chip hopper, I'm using for sale signs. That would have been the smart thing to do all along. So I'm going to do that. So what we're going to do this evening is I'm not of course not going to finish it, but so I am modifying or kit bashing this Bowser wood chip hopper to, hey Caboose, how's it going? I'm modifying this Bowser wood chip hopper to look like a KCS wood chip hopper. Okay, so KCS's, of course, like everything else they did, was homemade, so nobody else had one exactly like it. And I don't know if you can see the picture there. So that is the picture of their wood chip hoppers. There's another view. So you can see it was just a solid side almost all the way to the end until the angled part of the end. So yeah, Tony, I should have even thought about it. I didn't even think about it till Wilmer mentioned something, which was silly of me. So that's what they look like. So you can see they're all solid sided up until the end part where it starts to angle, and that's what I'm doing with this. So I've done this one side. So and luckily this is a issue of mainline modeler 98. So if you ever get some back issues, they've got some good stuff in them. They actually have some line drawings here. So those look pretty good. And that's what I'm going for. So the silos, ignore the silos. I've been doing that on Keith's Modeling Monday thing. So, or Heath, sorry, Heath, if you're on here. These actually go to the Walthers cement plant. I think they're just repurposed from the grain silos. They look exactly the same except for the top. So I've been working on these. So you can see I've been filling in the seams with putty. So it's taken me 2 hours to do 2 seams, so to get them smooth. So Keith, it's all the same. Laugh out loud. Yeah, that's right, Norm. So great. I'm gonna start with this for sale sign, and let me grab my Sharpie over here so I can do some marking. Yeah, I think they'll look. When you get the top on these, all the stuff on the top, they'll look different enough from the grain silos to not make them look the same. Oh, Jack's in the house too. Trying to modify this wood chip hopper, Jack. I've got this side done. I'm about to try the other side. Now this stuff in here is just going to come out. This is just for the wood chip load, so it doesn't go all on. But I'm not gonna use this anyway. Yeah. Oh, you're right, Vinny. They are a pain. I had to. It took me. You have to glue 2 parts together and let them dry. You have to, and then another part on and let it dry, and then another part on. And then when you try to add the top, you have to glue half of the top, let it dry completely, for several days, and then glue the other half of the top on, so you can stretch out the silos to the right shape to fit on the top. They're a nightmare, and the seams just don't match up. So you see, I've still got the putty on these 2 seams that I haven't sanded off yet. So. Yep, so they are a nightmare. Digger, how you doing if I didn't say hey? Yeah, Jack, that's probably what I should have done is just use pea pipe, but I'm a glutton for punishment. Yeah, Tony, they're just not the right shape exactly. So, all right. So let's see what I can do here. Now, what I've done is there was the rib. The rib was kind of offset from this rib, so these ribs need to line up with the ribs on top. So what I did is I cut off the ribs because they were inset just a little bit, and then I used some angled plastic, some evergreen stuff, and then happen to have the exact right size to go straight up. So now it should all fit within that square. And I'm always going to use the corner of the sign because now I'm sure I've got a square corner. So that always works. And I'm going to make sure I hold it square to the car too. So it's at the bottom of my mark. And yes, this is a new number 11 blade, so we should cut it fairly easily. Now I'm going to use my square to make sure that everything is lined up properly. Of course, my square is not quite long enough. There we go. All right. I think I can do it in one cut. Yeah, good. All right. Perfect. I can be a little sloppy with that. So now I have a ruler. Make sure it matches up with the other side. Yeah.